You're welcome to today's broadcast. Sure Destiny TV, reaching people and touching lives.
Thank you. Sorry, the video I was off. I want to know where you've joined me from. You're welcome. Go ahead and share the link. Let's wait for more people to come in. We can't give up. We can't give up on Nigeria. No, not at all. This is what these evil people want. Please let me know where you're joining me from. Share the link. Let's get more people come in, and then we can begin to discuss the bitter truth, the way forward for the Obidients, or for Peter Obi and ADC after the FCT elections. Let me know where you have joined me from. Thank you very, very much. I value your making time to be part of this broadcast. Please join me. I mean, invite more people to come in. Invite them to come in. Let me know. Write in the comment section where you're joining me from. I'll wait for more people to come. Let me see if I can share the link and get the link to the broadcast. I think I'll share Facebook and YouTube. Let me see. Please share the link. Go ahead and share the link. Please share the link. Let's see. Share the link, please. Share the link. Thank you for joining. Ogbungodu Peter, thank you for joining. Oh, you are joining from Enugu State. Thank you. I need to quickly share this one now. Copy the link. Let me share it now. Let me share it here. broadcast. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Please go ahead and share the link. I want to thank you, Anselm. Thank you for joining. Oh, you're joining all the way from Nsukka in Enugu State. Peter from Kefi. My mother, Kefi in Nasarawa State. My mother died, was it on the 12th? And she was buried in Kefi. And for all of you that sent me condolence messages, I want to say thank you. OJ Peteko, thank you for joining. Peter Abdul, thank you for joining. Victor Royal, The Way, thank you for joining. Victor says, the bitter truth is that Nigeria is not a country and Nigerians are not ready for freedom. Well, in a way, I agree with you. It's like we should be many countries in one, but they forced us to be together. And the leaders, so-called leaders, are not making matters. They're not helping matters at all. Team, thank you for joining all the way from Lagos. I appreciate that. Thank you. Please share the link with many people. I still want to have a lot of people coming because of what we're going to be discussing. It's very serious. You know, from yesterday till, maybe about 2 hours ago, I wasn't sure whether I should do any broadcast, whether I should even say anything, looking at what has happened, what has transpired. You know, I won't be surprised if the reason why, because usually by this time I have over 100 people already joining in. So I wouldn't be surprised if people are just, kind of discouraged. They don't even know what will we be saying in any broadcast. But this is exactly what these people want. They want to depress people, frustrate people, and bring them to a point where they just surrender and just say, it's no use. Let them just continue to do what they're doing. But we will not allow them. Anytime a change needs to happen in any place, it needs people that are determined and committed to that cause and are resilient, never giving up. It is said that winners don't quit and quitters don't never win. So let's not be quitters. We already know the evil system, what these people are doing, so we should not be surprised. OJ Peteko says, always follow up on analysis and love your insight. What do we do or reclaim our country from those demons? That's why we are talking here now. Ihaza, Victor, thank you for joining. He says, I'm a voice. You are a voice. Nigeria is a case. It's a case. So we need doctors now, not just normal doctors, not general practitioners. We need specialists. So let's bring our views. I'm going to let us share. Later on, I'll share the link to the studio. For those of you that want to, share your views, you can share your views, because a lot of Obidients, a lot of Nigerians, well-meaning Nigerians, especially the ones in the FCT, are very, very discouraged. We know to the run up to the election, what has never happened in FCT happened, where Nyesom Wike declared 22 hours curfew starting from Friday. So there was no movement. People were not moving. And the way Abuja is, people come and work in the town area, but they all come from different parts. Some are even staying in Nasarawa, and that's where they register. So people were not allowed to move around. So a lot of people could not even go to their polling units. And the few that had to go, they were terrorized by the security forces. Some were turned back. And then, to make matters worse, those that managed to make it to their polling stations or units, they went there, checked the list, and their names were not there. Apparently, INEC deliberately, long before the election, because the Tinubu being, crooked, he's a strategist when it comes to doing evil, when it comes to forgery, when it comes to stealing. So what did they do? What Tinubu did, he strategically appointed Nyesom Wike to be the minister of FCT, where the seat of power is, so that Wike can do the dirty job that he did for him in Rivers, not just in Rivers, but the 5 governors, if you remember, 5 states. In fact, I would say the entire PDP, Nyesom Wike frustrated them, brought them down, and handed votes to the APC. And that's partly how they worked all this. And many of the things were forgery. We all know that he wasn't duly elected. He used Mahmoud Yakubu to steal the election. And so that's all those things we're familiar with them. So we shouldn't be surprised with what has just happened. It was planned already. Yesterday, in my broadcast, I was sharing with people, I played the video of Nyesom Wike, where he was bragging before the election in FCT, telling people, just go on Saturday and vote, but don't worry, leave the rest to me. I'll finish the job. And Wicked Wike was going with a big convoy and serious security presence that drove with him, and he was visiting different polling units. Even though he's not an INEC staff, he's not a supervisor of INEC, but he was going and checking the different polling units. And do you know the collation center is where the magic of rigging and twisting and changing of results. Some of the results, they even found out that they TPEX them and then wrote again. So for example, where ADC has maybe 50, they will TPEX it and leave 5. They will they'll TPEX the 0 and leave the 5. So it becomes, they have 5. And where APC gets 1, they will make it 100 and something or 190. Just obvious things. So the run-up to this election, we all knew, we envisaged that APC, by normal, transparent credit election, they can never win. I have done polls over and over and over. And I'm telling you, 100% of the times I've done polls online. I'm telling people, please, it doesn't matter. Don't be sentimental. Don't allow your tribe, your party to be your decider. But based on what is going on, what's happening in the nation, what do you have to say? If the elections were to be today, and I will give various names, if Atiku is on the ballot, Peter Obi is on the ballot, Amechi is on the ballot, and Tinubu is on the ballot. Sometimes I even take it and then I put something up to 5, bring in Showore. Do you know most of the ones that I did, Tinubu did not even get up to 10% of the votes. So it's by normal, transparent election, there is no way Tinubu can come close to even having 20%. So whatever is happening right now, they already know that they will not win, so they are coming through the back door. Are you not surprised that these people are all teaming up against the nation? How many governors have defected? How many senators have defected? How many House of Rep members have defected? The last one if anybody told me, I would tell that person, get out of here. How would that ever happen? Was this OT of Abia State, a man that people had to fight for him. That professor, God bless her heart, that professor that sacrificed almost her life. She refused the money they were bribing her with to ensure that she stole the election. But she refused. And that's how OT became the governor of Abia State under LP, the Labour Party. And so one would expect that somebody like that will remain loyal forever throughout his term. But what has happened? He has also joined the APC. So what's going on right now is Tinubu is busy working towards a one-party state. And by so doing, whatever he wants done, nobody can stop him. Anything Tinubu wants to do, if he says he wants to do 3 terms, they will just rubber stamp it because the Senate has become a rubber stamp Senate. So if OT can join APC, then it is almost over. It's like game over. So now the only ones that are left now that will have to now stand to fight are only citizens. But if you're depending on any elected official, I can't tell you you have even up to 10% that are going to stand on your side. Because you just look at even the way the voting took place in the Senate and see the walkout of the minority in the House of Representatives. The one of the Senate, I'm told, is maybe about between 15 and 17 people out of how many senators that voted to say that the election result must be transmitted real time, mandatory transmission of the election real time. Do you know they all voted against it? They had to put a clause that says when there is a power failure or network failure, they may use the manual one. And we know Nigeria, we know these people, they put that clause so that when the thing goes to court, the court will say, no, they had the right to do that because of this clause that was in the bill. So everything was orchestrated ahead of time, was planned. Wike already told people before the election that he would deliver FCT to the president, to APC. Up to now, correct me if I'm wrong, there's no clear thing that says Wike has become a formal member, a registered member of APC. So, but then he's working now in 2022 to 2023, he worked against his own party. So if somebody can work against his own party while he's still a member, then why should we be surprised that now that he's almost like in a no man's land and he still wants Tinubu to retain him and keep him there till Tinubu's time is finished, so he can continue to take people's land in Abuja, so that he can continue to terrorize the residents or the people that are in Abuja. So this is exactly the strategy. What was done was he had to be paid. So Wike was paid for doing that dirty job for, I don't know, please tell me if this network seems unstable, because I'm seeing myself shifting like it's a robot. So tell me if the network, if you're hearing me clearly, please let me know, because here it's appearing like it's doing a slow-mo. Okay, so just tell me how it is. Leave that in the comment section. So, and why Tinubu cannot remove Nyesom Wike now is because Nyesom Wike's mouth, you know, he's very fast with his mouth. He doesn't control his tongue. he will spill the beans. He will say everything that happened, how he forged. In fact, it's already public news. You know, it has come out that he helped Tinubu to rig the election, especially in this place, in Rivers. So right now, I want us to discuss a few things that I wrote down here. The way forward for Peter Obi, the Obidients, and ADC. First of all, I want to start with ADC. I don't know if that so-called coalition is going to work. Truly, I don't know. You tell me right in the comment section, or if you want to join me later on in the studio to share your views, I'll let you. But to me, that thing was put together for Atiku. I have personally written, I have personally spoken, I have personally sang. So I've used every means to speak to Atiku, to tell him to step down and not cause a repeat of what happened in 2023, when 12,000 something or 13,000 votes were wasted because they shared between himself and Peter Obi. And you know how Peter Obi had to leave the PDP because they wanted to do the same thing. And now again, they all came together, and the impression they gave is that no, Peter Obi will have a chance. But what they wanted to do was to woo the support of the organic support of the Obidients, so that they can all come in, because Obidients only go where Peter Obi goes. So to me, I don't know about you, but leave me a comment. I don't think this coalition is going to work, because right from the beginning, it started on a wrong foundation. Now, even though it's supposed to be a gentleman arrangement, but even though I'm from the north, but see, where you come from is not what will save Nigeria. It's having a credible person that has a vision, that's not going to go there for himself, just like these people are doing currently. So I want us to discuss. Let me hear your views. This ADC, do they mean well at all? I know Dr. Moore that stood with AMAC, and that's actually the standing of Dr. Moore boosted the AMAC. So, or let me say, under AMAC, boosted ADC. The standing of Dr. Moore is actually when people began to see the possibilities that could be in ADC. But they were not there for the interest of the people. Till now, you can see the body language of Atiku, that this man is not ready to quit. Amechi is still looking for that power. So I don't know how this will work. Maybe, if you're to advise Peter Obi, what would you say? Should he wait until they do primaries? Because it looks like they want to do primaries. And if they do primaries, you already know Atiku is a master at buying delegates. It's a walkover. Peter Obi, that is, I know they give shishi, I know they receive shishi. He will give nothing. So, and that will already say clearly, would just say it's going to be a waste. They will go there after the primaries and then has to be running around looking for, which party to go and join, like he did before. If not because the people of Labour Party were so good and they just, somebody stepped down and allowed them immediately. But this time around, we can't tell, because see how the ruling party destroyed the Labour Party, and now they've already destroyed PDP. Now the funeral of PDP has already taken place, and Nyesom Wike stayed in there to destroy it. So remember what happened with Abure, and the moment they notice now this Peter Obi has joined the ADC quickly. Now, Julius Abure's case is now, the courts now have finalized his case. So there is to me, there's just something not right. So I don't want to digress, but there are different things I want us to talk about. And I want your comment. Please try and comment. If you're on Facebook, comment. If you're following us and following me on YouTube, please just comment. I want to get your views. I want to thank everyone that is here. So I don't see how Atiku will step down. Many people have called him upon him, have begged him. Some have even threatened. In fact, I did a broadcast some time ago, and I even said, Atiku, this is my last warning to you. But the man, I don't know whether he just enjoy this, attention of knowing that he also ran in the election. Whether does he really want to win, or he believes that, he maybe some Islamic prophet told him that one day you're going to be president, just keep running up to when you're unable to walk. Even if you're going to be on a wheelchair as an old man, you will get it one day. So I don't know if that is the thing. Pali sentence is saying, if ADC mistakenly give Atiku their ticket, that will be the end of ADC. What happened to PDP will happen to them again, and ADC will collapse before 2027. I say yes, I agree. I cannot agree with you. I fully agree with you, brother. So and let's go on now to other things. Let's begin to talk. What's the way forward for Peter Obi, ADC, and especially the Obidients? Number one, we must not be afraid to tell ourselves the honest truth. I know obedience, sometimes we can be emotional, and we almost become so naive, almost like sheep being carried to the slaughter. And I don't mean it in a negative way, but you see, being smart does not mean you don't think, does not mean you don't reason, does not mean you don't question things. You know how children learn? If you tell a child, sit down, he will say, why? By the Nigerian culture, if you say why, you are disobedient to elders. But learning has to do with being inquisitive. Asking the tough questions. Why are things going this way? Why did LP, that was a good, that was as a then a platform that delivered those number of votes, even though we know the votes were more than that, they stole and stole and stole and left only the 6-point-something million for Obi, so that at least he can come third. And then people will say, okay, he didn't even come second. Talk less of being number one. But he was actually the winner. They know it themselves. And that the day that Mahmoud Yakubu, the night he announced the result, when people woke up and had it, the nation was like, every house had death. It was like we were in a national mourning. So nobody can convince us otherwise. So, but what else do we say? We can deny Tinubu all we want to and say he's not my president because I didn't elect him. But guess what? We're all suffering the effect of he being commander-in-chief. Insecurity. And even the tax bill that's coming now, Lagos, he taxed Lagos so much. Till now, as I speak to you, Tinubu is still collecting revenue from Lagos, apart from all the other benefits he has, car allowance, workers for him, in houses, this kind of house yearly, up till now, even though he's a so-called commander-in-chief. So the question is, the truth here, the hard truth we must tell ourselves, or the bitter truth is that we must not be afraid and honest. We must start to ask the vital question that will help us going forward. Because there's still a nation. We still have a government that is ruthless. The executive, the legislative arm, the judicial arm, they've teamed up, the three arms have teamed up. Then the so-called independent electoral commission that is supposed to be the umpire, that is unbiased, is also in their pocket. So what else do Nigerians do? So we must start to ask the the tough questions and not just wait for 2027. Let me tell you, for those of you that maybe didn't take this AMAC, or let me say the FCT local government area council election, you didn't take it so serious. To APC, this by-election or this season of election that just took place is a taste for them on what they're going to do in 2027. I can tell you, whatever you see now, multiply it times 5. Anything you saw now that you're disgruntled about, frustrated about, APC is going to double, more than double that. So if we're angry now, oh, with the rogue, they stole the election. Didn't we know they were going to steal? These people are heartless. These people are corrupt. Didn't we know they were corrupt? Is it only now we're realizing? So let's not be surprised. So we Obidients and ADC people, be very frank with yourself. This galvalanting coming and shaking hands and saying we are ADP and we are ADC, it's not going to bring down this government. It will not. Forget it. If you don't tell yourself the honest truth, lie to yourself. Keep lying to yourself. You see the thing is being dragged from under our feet. I warned Nigerians when we were about to get into just before the 2023 election. I said, this is what these people are planning. So we must have a plan that is more, it's even something that a plan above their own plan. So, generally, if you really want to win a war or you want to, overcome an enemy, and you have to envisage what he could possibly do, and then find or create a way, find a way, research a way how you can counter that, how you can match that, and then overcome. You see, we can't, if we are refusing to tell ourselves the truth and just keep blaming them, they are rigging, they rigged, the mutilated result, they did this, they didn't allow our party agent from going in. But did we send party agent? I got a call from a party agent that had to go from one polling station to another. He went to several alone because ADC didn't have people there. So can we tell ourselves the truth? Let's be frank. Stop lying. We should stop lying to ourselves. So to me, that number one, I wrote these things so that I can go through them. And because I want to concentrate in talking to you, I was sometimes the comments that have been written, some are very long, that if I have to read all of them, I may not be able to go through what I have here. But I'll still take time to read, and I know other people will read it now or later, and they will still comment. So this broadcast is still here, where we're going to discuss regarding this matter. Number two, the way forward for Peter Obi, ADC, and the Obidient family, and Nigerians in general. Number two, it is time for sincere and deep reflection. We have to do a reflection. Sit still, sit quiet, and ask ourselves, what is going on? Do you know that the momentum of the Obidients, the 1 million marches all over Nigeria, that was spontaneous. It was organic. Even Peter Obi was just watching like an action movie or a real-time movie, or was watching what do they call that? Reality show. He never gave people money. He didn't have to sponsor the Obidients. In fact, how did the Obidients come? It was somebody that just said, these people are following Obi and they are obedient to the cause. So they tagged it that it wasn't, the name didn't come from Obi himself. So this Obidient family, the moment people hear you mention Obi and it sounds to them as if you're saying something negative. Some people have already started attacking me. Before this FCT election, I was warning people. I said, let's tell ourselves the truth. VDM said something, and I said, you may not like VDM, but sometimes when people like that talk, you should listen and ask yourself, what are they saying? You know, instead of just saying, no, I'm not going to listen to him. Why do you waste your time listening to him? But another person was online and said, you know, that we must be frank and tell ourselves the truth. And that's the same thing I'm saying. I told you, I'm telling you, it has taken me a lot of strength to come and do this broadcast, because I was so sure that with what happened in 2023, how the Obidients swept the entire FCT, hands down, against the APC. But where the same Obidients now that made it happen, don't you see the result now? Don't you see? We're going to talk about what just happened, but then I'm just saying it is time to be sincere. Let me say, it is time for sincere and deep reflection. Let's reflect, please. Let's stop just talking anyhow, or just decide, or becoming so emotional that you say, I don't believe in politics. There's no Nigeria. Nigeria is a scam. Yes, it's a scam, but you are stuck in there. These people are still terrorizing. People are still being pied. You're still suffering the effect of the economy. No, I don't believe in Nigeria. This is just an arrangement of social people, and there's no Nigeria. Nigeria is this. You can say all you want to say about Nigeria. You're still stuck in Nigeria. Whatever these evil people do, you will suffer this consequence. That's why you must be frank with yourself. Tell yourself the truth. Obedience, can we start to talk to ourselves so that we're not like sheep being carried to the slaughter? I knew how many people were calling me after the 2023 election. They were so frustrated. Some felt like, even some committed suicide. So why would we say it doesn't matter? It matters. Some people have given up everything to do this, like some people did in 2023. Some from 2022 to 2023, that's what they did. And then we say it doesn't matter. It matters. Again, I say it matters. We must have deep reflection. And then come out and begin to tell us what you think should be the way forward. Let's not allow just a few people be the one that should tell us what they think we should do. We've had them before. We followed them before. We believed in their ideas before. What result? If you keep playing a style of game, a game plan that you have, and you're losing your matches, you keep losing every game. You don't insist, I'm going to stay with this game plan. No. No. We can't do that. Number 3, the way forward, if we want things to change and we want to see true change, we must stop the blame game. We must all take responsibility. We must all do what? Take responsibility. If you're writing notes, just write it down. Or you can come back and listen to it and make your own notes. All of us are to blame. Blaming others, blaming INEC, blaming Tinubu, blaming Wike, blaming APC, blaming Peter Obi, blaming Atiku, blaming David Mark, blaming all the blamable you can blame, does not change the fact that these people are the ones that are controlling everything. Now, OT has joined them of Abia State from LP. What else does who else does LP have left? And they're still queuing up. Anybody that enters Aso Rock does not come back, still staying where he was. They change. So let's stop blaming others. Let's take responsibility and start thinking introspectively. And let's begin to ask ourselves, what part have I played to bring us to where we are? People like myself have done all kinds of broadcasts. I've written all kinds of songs. I've even supported people financially to help them. I remember yesterday as the voting was going on, some people that couldn't move to where they needed to go and do the observation or to go to be agents. I sent money to them. So apart from doing this broadcast and all that I do, I've been investing money. Towards even the AMAC, I sent money. And some of you are there here, you've been investing. Are you not tired? Don't you think we should change? So that's what I'm saying. That's number 3. We must stop the blame game. It does not, things don't change. I mean, because if we start blaming people, blaming ourselves, we should just take responsibility. That's all. Because the sad realities are, gazing us in the face. It's obvious. So we can't lie. Let's stop lying to ourselves. Something is wrong. Number 4, it is time to change our game plan if we really want to win the game. You can't be playing a soccer, very, very important soccer tournament, and maybe it's semi-final, maybe it's quarter-final, or maybe it's final, and you realize that the game plan you came in with is not working now, and it's halftime, and it's 2-0 down. You don't go and maintain this. That's why they have coaches. The coach will have to do some changes, bring in different people. And it doesn't bring by popularity, it brings by the creative way of changing the game. So that the other opponent team that has been used to the previous players will be caught off guard as they see a new player or a few new players come in and they start playing in a different style, different way. And it can, for a short while, it can disengage or confuse the other side, and it gives you, it places you at an advantage where you, before you realize it, one goal, then it's 2-1, another goal. While the people are still trying to recover, it's 2-2. And then they're saying few minutes to the end of the game, and you hear 3. Now you were down 0, while the other team were 2 against you. Suddenly you have climbed on top, you're now 3 and they are 2. And that's how great matches by coaches that knew how to work with their team did it. So now going forward, we know the team we are playing against. The team that hates the nation. Please, I don't really know. I'm seeing like my internet is not stable. I'm seeing the image is like freezing. Please let me know if from your side is clear, because I don't want to frustrate you. I don't know why the internet is doing that today. I've not experienced this in a long while. But please, let's go on, because I have quite a lot here I want to say before I open the studio for people to come in. I said it is number 4. It's time to change the game plan. Change the game plan. It doesn't matter whether it's basketball, whether it's soccer, or even boxing. And that's why they have all those times they break to go to their corner, either the blue corner or the red corner. And then they have the coach and the team of that particular boxer talking to him, do this, take a jab, block yourself. And then the person goes back now with energy. But a person that does not want to listen to the coach is already chosen to lose the match. Yes, I know a coach sometimes can, make mistakes, but that's why they are a team. Okay, so I'm very, very sorry. Truly, I don't know what's going on. Somebody says my voice is very clear, but the video is skipping. And it's skipping because of the fact that the internet is not very stable. So I'm very sorry. Please ignore the skipping part and let's try and get what we're discussing, because I don't know how to stop this broadcast and start all over again. But thank you for understanding. So I'm happy now we understand why this is going on. And so, number 5, are we a charity organization or a force that is determined to bring about change in Nigeria? You see, as much as I appreciate Peter Obi, the kind of person he is, the strategy he has used after the 2023 election, he went to different places. He was donating at IDP camps. He was doing boreholes in the north. He was giving money to schools, hospitals, nursing schools. He did all that. You see, I can't take that away from him. That generosity, we can leverage on that. But that has never made anybody win election. Imagine if all that money, or half of the money he has donated, he brought it for strategic planning, put it in the party that he's in, empower the Obidients, especially the front runners, those that have given up everything to ensure that this vision comes to pass. Imagine investing in them. But I remember last year how many people were calling me during the election. Not last year, 2023 election. People that were observers, people that were agents but couldn't get to their polling units because they didn't have transport money. How many families almost had divorces because the husband was devoted to LP, left his job, or as a business person, stopped being involved or committed to the business and was running around with the Obidients, saying they want to see change. But being on the street and doing 1 million march does not pay your bills, will not pay your rent. The landlord will not come and say, oh, yeah, sorry, you're such a patriotic person. You were on the street doing 1 million man march. And so because of that, you don't have to pay rent. They will not do that. You will not go to the market and say, I'm obedient, give me free food. It will not happen. Ademolao Wodunmi is saying, divide Nigeria. Who will do it? Is it Tinubu that will do it? Who will do it? There are people that are enjoying, that are benefiting from the current messed up system. So just like insecurity, people are making money from it. That's why it's not ending. So people are actually taking advantage, using our disadvantage to their own advantage. Okay, let's go on. We are not a charity organization. Yes, you can do all the charity you want to. When it comes to politics, it's a different arena. You can't bring the rules of basketball and use it to play table tennis or to play soccer. Every game has got its rules and its style of play. And understand me here, I will be the last to encourage corruption. I would never. I'm against corruption 1,000,000 times. But you know what? There are ways you can use money to get what you want without bribing anyone. Imagine if all we had, do you know that not every polling unit had ADC, party agents. Many didn't have. Even the collation center, where the real magic of rigging and bringing false results took place, that place, we didn't have ADC. It was only Mama P that was crying there, and she wasn't the person that was accredited to do that. So that's the hard truth. We are not a charity organization, but we must be a force that is determined to bring about change. We have to study the rule of this game. You can't be wishy-washy. You can't be a CC. You can't be You see, truly, passivity, being passive, being calm and gentle, you can't play the calm and gentle people don't belong to politics. I'm telling you. Politics, and you want to be calm and gentle, you want to, let's be nice to people, let's be respectful. You're dealing with ruthless, heartless, evil people that don't care. They don't care about the people at all. And then somebody saying, let's be gentle with them. What did the gentility, if I may use that English, what did that gentle way of doing things produce? That's why sometimes I may not fully agree with Dirty in everything, but I was telling people after 2023 election that if Dirty was the principal, or the principal allowed Dirty to really come up with those ideas that he had, Peter can still remain the principal, but let's use the aggressiveness, aggression, the force that comes from what is his name? What was the name? His running mate. What's the name? So, well, let's just continue. I'll remember the name or write it. I mean, this is a name I always, I just mentioned it now and it just blanked my mind. So, what I'm basically trying to bring the fact that Dirty, you saw anytime he went on TV, he spoke, he wasn't afraid of anybody. You know, Northerners are ruthless. That's the same aggression they are using against the whole nation. So if you have somebody like that from the North that takes no nonsense, is not afraid of anyone, you need to leverage that part of that person, especially if he believes in you and is loyal to you. So we can't play games as if we are in an old age home. We are in a, in a nursery school. Children, how are you today? Okay, did you bring your lunch pack today? Okay, children, when you go home, say hello to daddy and mommy. Politics, you want to do it like that, and you are aiming a small election in just FCT. See what just happened. And then we are thinking that if we continue like this, that these people will let it go for us to take it in 2027. When the so-called coalition party platform, you can see everybody is there doing their own thing, everybody wants to be president. If at this point, since when they started last year, they've not been able to agree on who will be their president, it's over, I'm telling you. That's why we must tell ourselves the honest truth. You know, some people started attacking me. You know, why do you have to question Obi? Why do you have to question the leadership of Obidients? You know, Obi or nothing, Obi or nothing. Didn't we say that in 2023? People like myself were calling us to go out. I said the moment that result was announced, and we saw that it is not the will of the people, we should spontaneously go out. There's nothing they can do against the power of the people. Is this thing of allowing maybe 10 people, 15 people, Aisha, Mama P, Showore, the 2023, Dr. Moore was among the people that occupied the street for 40 days. When they became tired, they had to stop because the rest of the Nigerians, they were just going on business as usual. People going and drinking ogogoro, dancing to Davido and Rema. While those people are making billions, you are there, you know, fighting yourself over who's supporting Wizkid, who is supporting Davido. What does that give to you? So the things must change. Number 6, we are to reassess our game plan. It's time to do that. Number 7, we have to master the strategies of our enemies. And I'm not saying that APC, they are enemies in the literal sense, but as we talk about this current situation, the state of our nation, truly, they qualify to bear the tag enemy because they don't care about the people at all. Everything is for them. Wike is fighting for himself. And it's so sad now, many of these politicians are preparing their children. Who knows if Atiku actually advised his son to do that and he denies in public, or just say, no, the people have a right. The fact that he's my son doesn't mean he has to be with me. So if your son doesn't believe in you and goes to a party that is destroying the nation, how do I trust you? How do I trust you? So, as somebody is asking, Pius is asking, if ADC did not have polling unit agents in all polling units, then they are not serious. I didn't mean that in all, but in many, they didn't have. This is not new. LP did not have agents in many. So the people just connived and wrote whatever needed to be written since there's no agent to observe. There were no observers to scrutinize, ask the vital questions. See, this momentum of following candidates on the street, people doing selfies with Obi when they see him, and a whole market coming to a standstill, a whole street coming to a standstill when they say, Obi, Cherenche, Obi, Cherenche, it doesn't deliver Aso Rock. It's those votes, the people must go out to vote. Do you know the voter apathy in this one that just concluded in Abuja, in FCT? So many Obidients didn't come out. They didn't come out. They were just on social media. And those that came out and decided, I'm going, they can't stop me. They went there and discovered their names were not on the list. They put their name in another place far. But Wike has already restricted movement, so people couldn't go to where they needed to go if they wanted. So there was clearly not, people thought that because the AMAC, Peter Obi was everywhere and everywhere was jammed, and they're saying APC, they're in panic. Their people are not, they are too afraid. They can't even come out and campaign. You know why? They don't need to campaign. That's why Wike said, don't worry. I will deliver FCT to APC. Why? Is he the voter? Even if he was to vote, he would not be allowed to vote because his polling unit is in Rivers. So Wike wouldn't have even voted. So how is he to deliver? That means the people, it's a waste to go and vote if somebody will be the one that will just deliver. You hear these governors that are decamping, or people like Kubana that they are buying to join them, Obi Kubana, when they say, I promise to deliver so votes from Rivers. I promise to deliver so votes from Enugu. I promise to deliver so from Lagos. Whose vote will you carry and deliver? They are basically saying your voting is useless. They will write it, just like they just wrote now in AMAC. They said Dr. Mo was winning and winning and winning. And so when they realized that, they decided they're not going to announce the AMAC election. They will announce the others, but they need time because Dr. Mo was so far ahead that for them to have a justified reason why they should declare the APC candidate as the winner, they will need to go through that whole the ballots or let me say, what is the sheet where they record it, and start changing and do their calculations right to make sure that they arrive at the number of what they have stolen from Dr. Mo and put in APC. You will notice many of the results that were altered that they did. Some were T-Pex, some, if, for example, let's say Dr. Mo under ADC gets 100. Let me say he gets 107 in a particular polling unit. You know what they do? They T-Peg the 7. So the moment 107, and you T-Peg 7, you have left him with 10. Imagine taking out how many, somebody that got 107, you take out you take out the rest and leave him with 10. It's like you've stolen 97 from him. So that's if people are asking, you want to know how they actually did it, this is how it was done. So they needed to buy that time and not release the main municipality that is the biggest in Nigeria, which is Amak. People actually went out to vote and voted for Amak, but they needed time to change the result and then move it. So, and then if APC gets 1 in a place, there were certain polling units that APC got just 1 vote. So what they would do, they would steal from ADC and then come and see how to calculate and then put it here. And the one of 107, they will now come, maybe the one that is here, which is under APC, they would, 1 is already there, they will write a 0, and then whatever was the thing that they had taken, they would just either turn that 0 to a 9. I mean, sorry, the 1. They would turn the 9 to the 1 to a 9. You know, it's easy. You can have a stroke of 1, but you just do this and it turns to 9. So they'll just do it 9. And then since the person, they only got 1, so they turn the 1 to 9, then all they need to do is add a 7, which makes it 97. Can you see how the calculation works? So if you're to catch them by saying, okay, number of accredited voters were this, and the number of votes that were cast, spoiled votes were this party got this. When it comes to APC, you will not see any discrepancy. You will not see that they actually cheated or they rigged. So this is the system they use. The delay was to make sure they got everything right, the calculations right. Then they come and announce. And now they are announcing when the representatives of ADC are not even there. Somebody called me and said, I want to go to my this thing, but I don't have money. How much is it to send people? We are not doing national election or presidency. It's just FCT, where they should have more than enough money. We should have buses. We should have cars. We should give people money that they are able to go to the places where they're supposed to go there as our representative. But that didn't happen. So can you see all these things that we're talking about here? Okay, again, I'm very sorry for those of you that just joined me. The image seems to be freezing and skipping sometimes. Today, for no reason, I've never experienced this in a very long time, where it's like I'm freezing, and then sometimes it skips. I'm very sorry. Please just bear with me and please try and see what you can catch from what I'm saying, because this is a very, very important discussion. A lot of obedience, a lot of the people that voted in this FCT are right now depressed, they are down, they are frustrated. Some have even gone drinking. I mean, and that's not the best thing to do at a time like this. That's why I say we need to reflect. Let's talk to ourselves. Let's be frank with ourselves. Number 7, what do we need to do? We have to master the strategies of our enemies. So they need us to just play this overconfidence by thinking, we know. People like Obi, people like Dr. Mo. And you remember 2023, almost anybody that stood under Labour Party got elected. The momentum we had that gave us that type of leverage in 2023, we have dropped to less than half of that momentum. Why? Because we have so many discouraged people. Many have joined the ruling party because they've been hungry since 2023. Is Obi feeding everybody? Are you feeding everybody? No. So how will they sustain themselves? So they say if you can't beat them, join them. That's why all the governors are joining. You know why they're doing that? Because they're not sure you can deliver it to them again. So they're positioning themselves for their next term, second term, especially the governors. Even if they don't believe in APC, they are strategically doing it so that they can save their place. Tinubu has promised them, you join me, just like when people are corrupt, they have stolen money, like Yaya Bello. They join APC, then the EFCC will leave them alone. Yeah. They only go after somebody when he is now part of the, what is it? The opposition. So that's the hard truth. We have to master their strategy. That we don't master so you can go and do like a crooked way like them, but you already envisage, you already, know ahead of time that this is what they are going to do. So how do I counter it effectively? But we were just so sure, no, Dr. Mo is going to be, all our candidates will make it because Obi was going on foot with them. You think that will make somebody win an election? In today's Nigeria, where corruption has been almost legalized, where the commander-in-chief is corrupt, if they can take a bill that was passed in the assembly and by the time it's being gazetted, it's something different. If they can forge that, what else are you expecting from them? That's why we have to outsmart them. This is the retrospection I'm talking about. This is the reflection I'm talking about. Let's be frank, please, please. Me, I'm not prepared to keep wasting my time doing broadcasts and doing all these things, and at the end, we come and have this type of performance. And then we start blaming them of rigging. Don't we know they rig? Is this the first time? Should it surprise us? If they don't rig, then it should be a miracle to us. Or, if they had assented to the, or if they had, let that bill go through of transparent election, real-time transmission. I don't care how you word it. Call it real-time. Even if they had approved it, every clause, they had said yes to it. When it comes to execution, a corrupt person will find a way of breaking that system, no matter how transparent, because the transparency is not in a machine. It's not in a law. It's the heart of the person that is supposed to execute the law, that is supposed to enforce the law, that is supposed to adhere to the law. But if the person is already corrupt, do you know when they say a new currency is coming and they are changing, before the official one comes, the one that comes out first is the fake notes. How do people get fake notes? How did they get the design that they have their own ready? The day the new notes are released, the market is flooded with fake notes. Why? There are always insiders that got the design, will get the design and leak it, and they will get it done before the real one comes out. So no matter what is approved, no matter what is done, just know who your opponent is. We are playing against people that hate Nigeria. They don't have anything that has to do with playing according to rules. They create their own rules. And they have their own referees. They have their own umpires. So if it's just a game like soccer, they can bribe a referee What else are you thinking? A referee that is supposed to be non-partisan. So I hope you're not getting tired and tuning off on me. It may sound like I'm just, talking to myself, but please stay with me. Stay with me. This is so serious. The suffering of Nigeria is beyond just an hour or two of a broadcast that we are doing here. Number 8, we must know their weakness and find ways and strategies to outsmart them. No matter how strategic, no matter how smart, no matter how crooked APC is, we can still pick their weaknesses and use it against them. They are very good at this, coming in and sending people to go and destroy a party, break the party from within. We can do the same. But then we need to be strategic and not just from emotion. This is strategic thinking, strategic planning ahead of time, because you know who you're playing against. Number 9, we cannot take power while divided when engaging a united front. They are all ganging up together now, APC. But come and see the so-called, opposition party now, ADC. ADC, are they united? How many times have you had them have strategic meetings? Those of you that have now decided from Obidients, you are also ADC. Have you engaged? Have they engaged with you? Have they told you what is their strategic plan? No. Have you had Peter Obi and the others having meetings? Amechisti wants to be president. Atiku wants to be president. Peter Obi wants to be president. And you think that is how it will work? APC, they already said, Bola, on your mandate we shall stand with all the calamity, with all the bad governance. They are still, Bola on your mandate, Bola on your mandate. So ADC, on whose mandate shall you stand? Number 10, politics is a fight for power, it's not a funfair. And you're fighting to dislodge an enemy who is in possession of something, to take back what somebody has stolen from you. You don't go begging. You don't go pleading. You don't go playing CC. Oh, please, can you give it back to me? Give it back to me. And the person said, no, I'm not going to give it for free. Give me this. No, we know they receive shishi. We know they give shishi. That's why we are where we are. I did a broadcast, was it last week? I was talking about this idea of we know they give shishi, we know they receive shishi. We must abolish it. Peter Obi doesn't have to go around spending the money. Where are the money people? Let's empower our people that want to work. Give them what they need to travel. Give them what they need to look after themselves. Even some should be employed with this clear strategy. Put your money where your mouth is. Invest towards what you want, the dividends you want to get. We want the dividends of democracy. Let's invest. Especially identify people that have been sold out to this vision. Empower them. Don't say if they love Nigeria, they should spend their money. A person that has given up their business, given up everything, and they're trying to bring this vision to pass, you're saying they should spend their money. So let's be stingy and see whether we will ever get this power from these wicked people. See the money they are stealing. They have enough money to buy off all the voters. But we must be so upfront in saying we are going to stand to stop this from happening. And the people that are willing to do that, we must empower them. And not say they should do it as charity. Politics is not charity, please. It's not SOS. It's not an old age home. It's not a leper colony. This is rough. It's a rough terrain to deal with. Number 11, forget politics if you're not prepared to spend. Forget it. I say, hear me again. forget politics. We should even forget it. Obidients, ADC, if you're not prepared to put in money, forget it. You know why Atiku is not spending now? He's waiting to get the ticket. He will use his money to bribe the people in the, the people in the delegates. That's where he's going to put his money. So let's see what will happen. Yeah. Excuse me, I'm trying to copy the link for people to come into the studio because I will soon end this broadcast. But thank you for sticking with me. I really appreciate you all. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for your patience. Let me know where you're watching. Let me know where you've joined me from. Please share the link. Don't tune off from me. I'm sorry for the unstable internet. I'm sorry. Okay, so please, there is the link there. For those of you that want to join me in the studio, you can start making your way to the waiting room. Number 11, politics is a fight for power and not funfair. Number 11, forget politics if you're not prepared to spend. Let me say to us, we should forget this whole thing about wanting to get a new Nigeria. Let's take the power back from these people if we're not prepared to invest. Number 12, you can't win, or we can't win in politics only depending on sympathy, emotionalism, and sentimentalism. That means we can't depend on just sympathy votes, sympathy support. You know, Obi Kerenken, Obi Kerenken, Obi Kerenken. You do all that, run all over the street, do all your selfies, you know, and say, I'm obedient, I'm obedient. They will just wait for you. They may not even need to campaign and do anything. They will just go there and write the result. Simple. But can you do force for force and say, we already know this is what you're going to do? We are not wasting our time. We will not falsify results. We will not cheat, but we will not let you steal. We will not. But a situation where we can't even send our people to polling units and we want to win, we are daydreaming. Daydreaming. Number 13, politics is all about mastering the art of strategic planning. Strategic planning. We need people that they are just employed. All they should be doing is strategic planning. Maybe there are APC people here, they're listening to me. I don't really mind. Because they have strategic planners. They have people that are working for them. Everything that's happening now is not just like that. Wike is not sleeping. They are already planning ahead. Now 2027, they've already planned it. The results have already been written. Which state will be how many, which will be the swing states. They already have planned all that. And here we don't even know who is going to run as presidential candidate under ADC. We don't even still know. We don't know whether Peter Obi will eventually have to dump ADC and then go to another party. We still don't know. You know how long it took him to finally leave LP? We don't know. But we say wherever he goes, we go. Yes, me, I also believe that because I still haven't seen among all the aspirants or people that want to be president, I can't point to another one apart from Obi. So I still believe in him. But let's not wait for Obi, fold our hands and be singing Obi Kerenken, Obi Kerenken, Obi Kerenken, Obi or nothing. No, that emotionalism will not help us. It's not by sentiment. It's not by tribal. He's from my tribe. He's from my tribe. I am from Kaduna State. You know my name. I'm Haruna Bakogoro. So this thing will not help us. It hasn't delivered and is not about to deliver. Forget the, okay, yes, we're obedient, whether till death. Where he goes, we go. So where he goes to fail, we go. Wherever he goes and lose, we lose. No, let's change the game plan. We know he's good. We know he's the one that has what it takes to change Nigeria. The nation would have been changed by now if he had come in 2023. But with all his good qualities, he may never be if we don't change our plans and we don't change our strategy. It will not happen. Don't call me a prophet of doom. We're talking about strategic planning. They don't run systems by just coming with sympathy. When you go to court, you can cry all you want to. The court don't listen to, they don't watch tears. A judge is not there to judge on the basis of his emotion. That's, I'm talking about true judges. But in the Nigerian system, the judges have been bought. So that's why we must change our game plan. Need people that all they do, they're a think tank. They envisage, they study how the enemy, the opponent operates and outsmart them. Go into their game, their field of play and outplay them. Because you see, a thief runs short of ideas soon. Liars they lie and use another new lie to cover the previous one, but they don't know that you have caught them, that they are not consistent. So it's very true. These people, Bernard is saying, they are using all the government institutions to fight the Nigerian people. And it's true. He's getting everybody now, including governors, going after celebrities, going after content creators. But who do we have? We just have the masses that are shouting, Obi Kerenke, the street traders, Obi Kerenke, the people that are on their cell phone on TikTok, Obi Kerenke. Where is Obi? He was on the street with Dr. Mo. But is Dr. Mo now the elected one? I mean, the one that has been announced as winner? I've never seen Obi commit himself to a candidate like he did to Dr. Mo. And I salute him. That type of style now of direct engagement with the people, he needs to continue from now on to 2027, when the elections will be done next year. But we shouldn't wait for Obi. That's all I'm saying. Stop blaming him. He's just one person. Will Obi do 10 terms when he comes in? Let's say today he becomes president. Will he have 10 terms? He will come and go. So we must think ahead and start thinking what will happen when Obi comes and goes. Are we going to go back to square one? That's why it's got to be collective thinking. Let's have private meetings. If it means having private retreats, I advise now that the Obidient, Yunusa, the national the representative or overseer of the Obidient movement, you need a retreat, a quiet retreat with all the key people that, I mean, by now, I believe you should have a team you're working with. Yunusa, please, there has to be a retreat. Just being frustrated and blaming INEC, blaming Wike, blaming APC is not going to help us going forward. What should we do now? What is the way forward? Let's tell ourselves the honest truth. ADC, I still don't see. I don't know, help me. Maybe you have seen the possibilities of ADC working. But the fact that till now Atiku hasn't come out to say, I'm stepping down for a southern candidate, and he's still wanting to stand or say, I'm stepping, and let the people decide. From the south, and it will be obvious that between Amechi and Obi, everybody there will say, no, the one with more prospect of winning will be Obi. So they will tell Amechi, step down, maybe with a promise of what they will give to him when, Obi comes and takes power or becomes president. So please, obedient family, I'm also obedient, even though I never formally said I'm obedient. I'm just somebody that wants to see change in Nigeria. That's all. Number 14, don't enter the game if you're not ready to face the rigor that goes and the sweat that goes with the game. To play rugby or American football, you must be tough. You must be tough. We don't want to change Obi. Obi is just Obi. He will still want to go and take economy. Even if you give him the money for first class, Obi will still want to be with the people in economy. So if Obi is going to eat a groundnut in the market, he's pricing it. That is Obi. Our fight should not be how to change Obi, but on how to bring Obi to Aso Rock. Then that part of him, God will use it for the economy of the nation to grow, that he will not steal. He will not allow people to steal. That's a smart move. Do you know, even in soccer, sometimes they keep the best player for the right moment. When the game, now they know we need this person, now they bring it. Before you realize it, from being behind, then they just win the game. So again, he is our game changer. He shouldn't be the one that should be our strategist. He shouldn't. I've shared the link. If you want to join, please come to the waiting room. I'll soon bring people in because I want to end this broadcast. I've been now on for 1 hour, 20 something, just talking and talking. I'm not playing other videos today because that's what I just wanted to hear your views on what's going on. Okay, let me quickly finish this so that I can see who comes to the studio, so that I don't talk alone. Number 15, politics is not a comedy show. It's not a comedy show. It's tough. So we need the Aishas. We need the Mama P's. We need people that are ruthless. And even Dr. Mo, now with what has just happened in Amak, I would say, Dr. Mo, when the elections come, if you need to go to the Senate, go to the House of Rep, we still need people like you. We thought that this Amak, at least you will have it, but they did not allow it, so they stole it. So we can't just sit down and cry over spilled milk. We have to still just do something to make sure we step in there to grab this thing from these people. So I see Onyedika, you're here. I'll bring you up now. I'm just about to finish. Number 16, don't depend on the skill of a single player if you want to win a game. In any game, no matter how, Ronaldo, you talk about Messi, you talk about what's the one from Nigeria, even though they are great players, but it takes a team to win. Thank God for Peter Obi. And we're all obedient because we believe this man can change Nigeria. Let's not stop believing in that. Let's not quit now because of an election result that was stolen in broad daylight. But all I'm saying, strategize instead of being depressed. Okay, let me see if I can bring Onyedika. Let me know where you are joining from. Onyedika.
Hello, yes. Yes,
where are you joining me from?
I'm calling from USA.
Oh my God. So how which part of the USA?
Louisiana State.
Okay. Tell me, how was the snow there?
It snowed early last year, and
Okay.
it doesn't snow in in the southern part of America. It's usually the northern part, you know.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, what do you have to? What's your take on what I've been talking about?
You know, because I saw, you know, yesterday that that the ADC candidate was leading, but when I woke up this morning, I saw that the APC, won. So I just think it's just based on, on the rigging, and I think in 2027, I think we have to be very, very careful. We have to push for election um to make our elections more credible and safer, you know what I'm saying? So that way, there won't be any rigging in 2027. So I think Peter Obi should be pushing, for election uh, uh to prevent the rigging to happen in 2027. So I think he should focus on that more,
So, but now, you see, a part of what I was saying just now is that we can't depend on Peter Obi alone. Because if Peter Obi goes ruthless or tries to fight alone, they have a way of finding something just to either silence him, disqualify him, or implicate him with something, and then they put him behind the DSS custody. So that's why we can't depend on one man to do it for us. I think that part of what I've been saying is that we need people in this obedient movement, and among other Nigerians that believe in this new Nigeria project. Let's all together come up with ways to ask ourselves, how do we make it happen? And then when we are done with it, we bring Peter Obi and put him in. Because his personality is the type that is difficult to change him overnight between now and 2027 and make it happen.
Yes, yes, yes. I would love Peter Obi to be on your show, and the whole city boy movement and the village boy, movement. Saying, what is your take on that?
Okay. As much as I see what the village boys are doing to match up energy for energy, but why should they be the ones that are in the forefront? If you already know you are in a race and you are left behind, that's not the time to be waving and greeting people at the sidelines. You will have to think ahead and counter it with something that is 10 times more compelling, more inviting, more innovative and creative than just saying your village boy, your city boys were village boys. It looks like we're copying them. As if we don't have strategic planners or thinkers. While that has its part, but I think we need to go further. Let's not wait. Where are the money people? Obi Kubana and the others are spending money because they know they will get money. But our own, we just want Peter Obi to become president by we just singing Obi Kerenke, Obi Kerenke. We're not prepared. Many people are not prepared to spend. And you can never win in politics if you don't spend. How much did Donald Trump spend? In a way you have a working system. Yet you have to spend. Obama didn't become president without people giving. Even just normal people were donating. So right. I think for me, the strategy is really what we have to work on. Your face is kind of dark now. I don't know what's happening. You're somewhere where.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying and all that. Do you think Obi Kubana is just using Tinubu to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released?
No, not at all. It's a business. He's about his own business and his family. See, let me tell you, I don't know if you are of the Southeast extraction, but let me tell you.
Yes. I'm from Anambra State. I'm originally from Anambra State.
Peter Obi, where Peter Obi was governor. So for me, the challenge I have with your people, and you see, you can't use one brush to paint everybody. So when I say this, I'm just talking about the general perception of people when it comes to Igbos. That Igbos are there, it's like crabs, you know. You're not going up, I'm going to pull you down. We're all going to go down together. If I'm not getting it, you're not getting it. The people that have fought Obi are Igbos. The prominent Igbos have been used to fight Obi. So if I'm not going to get it, Obi, you're not going to get it. So you find a situation where they can go and get such people from Igbo land who will work against Obi by joining, what is his name? By joining APC. And that's what they're using Sheyi, Tinubu's son. So he's getting them, and all they do, they promise them, they say this is politics. So this, for supporting this man, is very stingy. What will you get from somebody like Peter Obi? Come here, you're a business person, come, we'll give you money. Is it a borehole you want from Peter Obi? They will ask them such questions. Then, so they will go and they will say, they'll even tell them, this fight for Nnamdi Kanu will kill your business. Right. So then the person will immediately tell himself, Nnamdi Kanu, I like him, I want him to be free, but I don't like his style. You see, then they get the Igbos divided among themselves. I have been a person, an advocate calling for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. I'm from Kaduna State. I've been an advocate calling for somebody, not just Southeast, an Igbo president. The reason being because we are lying by saying one Nigeria, while stamping on somebody's neck and telling him, shout one Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria. If an Igbo is not good enough to govern Nigeria and will keep producing these rogues from the north and the southwest, people that are creative, people that have survived war, bounce back with zero, minus, and they are still today a force to reckon with. But the problem is the greed of some of your brothers. They betray and sell each other for money. So they don't care. Let Nnamdi Kanu perish there.
And I blame the Southeast governors too, because they're not doing enough for Nnamdi Kanu. The only one
when they are concerned about their position and their money, they will say, if you do that, they say, if you want to maintain your power, don't touch this Nnamdi Kanu thing. Just serve your 8-year term and go. Nnamdi Kanu, his big mouth is what has put him there. So, let me tell you, brother, this there's somebody there. Oh, no. Who is there? I'm going to remove you. I just see software. What's your name?
Me. My name is Ruth.
Oh, I see software application.
Yeah, that is my Gmail address. It says software. Yes.
Okay.
I just want to contribute to this issue of Nigeria.
Where are you calling from? Where are you joining us from?
I am actually joining from.
Prince, if you're still hanging around, we'll just hear your last thoughts before we go off.
I'm joining from Canada.
Okay, how are you doing there? How is Canada? What's your take on what we are talking about?
Honestly, I woke up around 1 a.m. Canada time yesterday, looking at the election, and I saw that from polling units, ADC was winning. And I saw the joy. I said, you should not rejoice yet. This is exactly what happened during Edo election. You see, it's unfortunate that some people will call criminality smartness. They will say Tinubu is smart, is smart, is smart. Somebody that is smart will not have, like in this part of the world, I am an IT person. Things are going on well. You don't need to, if truly he has done well, they need not to be changing election results. Look at all these mutilated elections results on the IRF, and you call that election. My house is just, when I look at my house, at the back of my house, that is why one of the polling units at Canada is. Till 10 o'clock, they are counting the election. 10 p.m., I went there, I was shedding tears because I didn't see rubbish. You go in, you vote, no vote buying, nothing. Everything was going on smoothly, and I was happy. I was now thinking, what happened? Where did Nigeria get it wrong? And I was sad when I saw some people even in Abuja taking 5,000 from people to vote. I was going along my house one time, and I saw a man by the street with pamphlets. He gave it to me, just like the chairman is MPA, and he said he's contesting. He didn't bring anything. He just gave me the pamphlets, and I was now looking. I said, "What kind of environment is this?" Sane environments where things go the way it's supposed to go. The election was perfect. We even went. Oh my God! Whenever I think about Nigeria, I am saddened every day. Very, 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 very sad. And I don't know where we got it wrong. I don't know what they can do. Look at people who say Obi cannot be president, Igbo cannot be this, Igbo cannot be that. And you know that they cannot do anything. Let them go. Let them go and form their Biafra. Let them go. Honestly, that's the way I say it. But it's unfortunate. Igbos, I am sorry, they are the most greediest person on earth. They are allies. They are self-centered, as Isaac said. They are not coordinated. They are self-centered. They just want their own. So it's unfortunate if they want their person to die in the prison for saying the truth. Let him. God will definitely compensate him, and he will not die. He will come out alive. Because Nnamdi Kanu happens to be my birthday myth. I love that guy. But it's unfortunate we are where we are today. Nigeria can never move forward, I tell you, except God intervene. It's unfortunate. That is what I just want to say.
Somebody said that God has forgotten Nigeria out of his map.
I will want to agree with him. If not, yes, I want to agree with him. I always ask God, I said, God, why won't you intervene in Nigeria? Look at, if you see how people are suffering, Nigerians are suffering in all other parts of the world. I was talking with a lady yesterday working as a Kiara yesterday. If you see the way an Indian was talking to her on the phone, I said, oh my God, a graduate from Nigeria. And they go to all parts of the world to wash bombs, doing care jobs. Even our doctors, they could in Canada, they don't allow them to work as doctor in Canada. They could not pass the exam. Yes. People, doctors, Nigerian doctors in Canada, 70% could not pass the exam. If those people that have come earlier, I have a friend. She called me last month. She said, if She has been in Canada 10 years as a medical doctor. She finished from OSU. That if somebody that she's depressed. I have a friend that we finished from school. She was the best student in science, best student in my set. She's a medical doctor. She read biochemistry. She did master in biochemistry in Ibadan. She came to Unilag to do medicine. She finished. She has been here since 2014. She couldn't pass exam. Just to go back to UK to go and start work, to go and learn. And I wouldn't mention her name. She's my friend. She still called me last week. Say, you know, when people now talk, when people say, I have a registrar of loot in the dental. It's somebody I know. It's not that maybe story. She's distributing paper, letters in Canada here. People don't practice.
Oh, Nigeria.
You know, every time I say this, it's only the IT people, we IT people that are actually doing a bit. I have a friend, I've five away from my house. She's an IT person. She has lost her job since August last year. She hasn't gotten any. She's still there. You see? So I don't know. I don't really know what to say about Nigeria, about Nigeria. It is well. God will help because you know the Bible says if you see the truth and you didn't say it, you are just part of them. And most of our religious leaders, all of them just kept quiet. The poor are being beaten in two ways. From the religious leader, they collect tithe, they collect offering. The leaders are beating them as well. No basic education. I said they brought a girl to my sister from my daddy's village. I was surprised. 18 years old girl. She couldn't read, she could not write. No school. I was another girl that was mentoring here. They brought a boy from Cross River or Akwa Ibom for her mom. A boy, 18 years, could not read, could not write. What is? I don't know what to say. What do you expect? What future lays ahead of those children? Is that bad? And people will be yelling, hey. We can't tell ourselves the truth.
Well, that's why we are talking, because right now, you know,
which talk can you talk? The yam has been doctor. It's few of you people that love Nigeria. The yam has been done already. They have destroyed Nigeria already. So what do you think? A friend of mine called me, said the sister said that is tired of UK and that anytime she will pack up and she will die because of stress. It's just because people don't know what is. Me, I am cool. I'm very close to people. I don't like people suffering. When I wake up in the morning, I'm always very, very, very afraid to look at my WhatsApp because he's always begging. This one begging, that one begging. A full-fledged man could not pay for his house rent, could not send the children to school.
But you know the new name. You know the new name of Nigeria now.
It is Grace Country, yes.
No, Obidients.
Oh, that one, Obidients. Yes, so everybody they beg. Obidients. Obidients.
Okay.
Yes, they are begging.
Just before we conclude, I want to hear your last closing words, but let's hear from Arinze. Where are you joining us from? Arinze, I can't hear you. We can't hear you. Arinze is not talking. Ebenezer, are you hearing me, Ebenezer? Okay, I can't hear Ebenezer. Okay, Prince, before we go, your mic is off. I can't hear you, Ebenezer. We can't hear you. Ebenezer, we can't hear you. Okay, the Prince, what do you have to say as we prepare to close?
Yeah, you know, the only thing I have to say is that we have to come together and help our homeland, because nobody's gonna do it for us, So we have to work together and build our homeland, So that way, all the Nigerians that are outside Nigeria can go back home,
Okay, so our sister from Canada, what are your last words to Nigerians, especially the ones back home, what they are listening, and some are going to listen to this broadcast after? What's your last? I see you're busy in the kitchen.
Yes, now I'm busy in the kitchen because in Canada, yeah, you have to cook, put it inside the fridge, and store it. I've been here for almost 10 years. I could only recollect 3 times only that they took power. 3 times. And why did they take power that time? Because of thunderstorm. Everything. You go to bus stop, the buses are there. You have application when the buses are coming. You see, God. My last word is God should help Nigeria. And just like God should just help Nigeria. That is just what I want to say. And wrestle the power from the wicked. That is what I want to say. God should save Nigeria. If Nigeria continue like this, oh my God, it's a pity. God should intervene. It's as if God is not answering prayer. Every day, the bandits are there killing people. That is even, but when I'm praying, I say, God, don't let bandits kill any of my people, any more loved one than around me. It is crazy. It is crazy. So it is God that we will beg. And we don't love ourselves. I could imagine people taking 5,000 to vote. What would they use 5,000 for? I was told that one piece of fish is 5,000. So in Nigeria, one title. So if they give you 5,000, well, what benefit do you have? But Nigeria, it is what it is. My prayer is that God to intervene and save Nigeria. That is only our prayer.
Okay, just as we're about to go, I want to play this video of Tinubu. This is the same person that was Dr. Haruna Goro. Well, this is a short one. I will not do the talking. I want history to do the talking. We know what people are going through with this current regime, with Tinubu. Tinubu used to lead protests against the Jonathan regime. He actually asked people to go out and protest and that they should remove the Jonathan regime because he has brought suffering. He has brought so much pain on the people. Everything he blamed Jonathan of, they're doing more than 10 times of what the Jonathan regime did. And now Nigerians are just allowing them to continue. I want you to watch yourself and you be the judge.
How's that? And what's their business? Is that about the high unemployment in this country? Is that about lack of food on the tables and the kitchen of the poor? Is that about electricity that they cannot even properly privatize, blackmailing the honorable minister and forcing somebody to resign because they want to turn it to family patrimony? Is that, the cause of infrastructure that is lacking in this country? Is that, shouldn't we even share knowledge, acquire knowledge to really understand, what a nation needs?
How prepared are you for next month's election in Ondo State?
We are very, very prepared. The candidate is working hard. The party is working very hard. All our structure are in place. And as long as the election is well monitored, policed, and controlled, we are very sure of victory.
The prior government used the public treasury as a private hedge fund or a charity that limited is given only to themselves. So much money grew fit and ran away faster than Usain Bolt ever could. That which could have been spent on national development was squandered in ways that would have caused the devil to blush. One minister and her rogue galleries picked the pockets and the treasury of the nation for billions of dollars. While poor at governance, these people could give a master thief lessons in the sleight of hand. In governance, they earned a red card, but in corruption, they won the gold medal.
Began. Whether they remove the subsidy or not, we will still be in problem. If they remove subsidy, they will share the money. They have already shared it before collecting it. They say over 400 billion will go to Jonathan's government. Over 400 billion will go to state government. Over 200 billion will go to local government. They have already spent the money before they earn it. They are just fooling color day to come and supervise an empty collection.
No force on earth can stop this revolution. The fact that I am here today with my children, with all these wonderful Nigerians, send the message to Abuja and wherever they are that the struggles for which we have been planning and working all these years have now taken off.
Governor of the Central Bank, Sanusi, came to Lagos and said, if you don't remove fuel subsidy, Nigeria will collapse. This country is not going to collapse. Those who are going to collapse are those who are cheating the Nigerian people. When my father was fighting, I was 13 years old. I am 50 in 6 months. My son is 16. We still have no electricity. We still have no health care. People are poor. People are dying because of 10,000 naira in this country. And people are stealing. The greatest Nigeria.
For several hours, the speeches went on.
Democracy is government of the people, for the people, by the people. Who are the people of Nigeria? If we have democracy, you must listen to the voice of the people.
The government of our country has decided to impoverish us. We have decided to say no. The price of petroleum must revert to 65 naira.
And if anyone was thinking this was just a one-off, the protesters had this to say about that.
By tomorrow, when everybody's coming out, please do come with your mats. Come with your mats, come with your food. We shall sleep on the streets.
If they stay faithful to those words, they're back here less than 24 hours from now.
Under pressure, under pressure, under pressure, under pressure, under pressure, under pressure. No food, TV belly, no money.
DJ Badimasi, Channels Television News.
Those who could improve this situation for the good of all of us do not allow the opportunity to make things better for us. They make it better for themselves, for their comfort and their families. Cronyism is prevailing. Today, our rulers in Abuja and across some of their states, you know what they say to us when they remove subsidy and we say no. Hunger is increasing, they say so what? Unemployment is a cause, they say yes, we know. Why are the people hungry? Is then let them face death. That is what is in Abuja of today. The current way of governance make nation do the impossible. What it does, it makes poverty and the erosion of just society
inevitable. We have gathered at this hour in this place to put an end to the national corruption and corruption. We have assembled here today to bring a new day, a new Nigeria to our people. Today, the Nigerian people are decent and hardworking people. They are equally long suffering. They tolerate for too long. Just because they are long suffering does not mean they should be forced to suffer until death comes. We, our people, we've had enough of excuses. Our people have had enough of having nothing. The current government's trademark is to throw empty words, all action at our problem, as if doing nothing will cause our troubles to live for sheer boredom. Unemployment increases. Industrialization, we have nothing. Refinery, nothing is working. Electricity, they lie. If this is the government of, if this is the government's idea of transformation, and we have none of it, we should not have any of it. Because before, we say the government of slow motion. Now, it is the government of no motion at all. If they want to stand still at the bus stop or train station and be stagnated without poverty, they have the right to do so. And we have a right to kick them out. Not enough that they are stealing from our children tomorrow for lack of investment in education. They are still embezzling the retirement benefit of hardworking Nigeria, including our grandfathers. They are stealing the port, the treasury, not even leaving some coins for us to war with. Let them be out. Out now.
In the meantime, some leaders of the All Progressives Congress have staged a protest in Abuja calling for the entire cancellation of the November the 16th Anambra State governorship election. The protesters made their way to the office of the Independent National Electoral Commission, where they confronted security officers guarding the national headquarters. While speaking to journalists outside the commission's office, some of the party's leaders accused INEC of having been compromised over the election.
Today mark the first warning signal to INEC as an institution. They do not represent the interests of Nigerians. They are all compromised electoral officers. They have committed criminal offenses by rigging elections against Nigeria.
Whichever way, by all means necessary, you must have electricity, and you will not pay for estimated bill anymore. A promise made will be a promise kept. If I can't keep the promise and I come back for second term, don't vote for me. That's the truth. Unless I give you adequate reasons why I couldn't deliver.
Now, you just finished watching. Have you seen it yourself? I don't want to be the one that should tell you you've just seen it. If you want things to continue like that, it's up to you. It's so sad to see the number of governors that are all decamping to APC, a political party and a regime that has plunged people into abject poverty. Insecurity is at its highest. We've never had it like this before. And some people are so heartless, they are still talking about giving Tinubu a second term. You must be the enemies of Nigeria. Please go ahead and... Okay, let's hear from you, Arinze, before we end the broadcast.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Going out, yeah, couldn't hear you before.
Yeah, but can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Where
sorry.
Where are you joining us from?
Yeah, I'm joining from Berlin.
From where?
From Berlin, Germany.
Okay.
Okay, so I joined when you were talking about how selfish Igbos are because I'm also Igbo, and the thing is that sometimes when you look at the media and then you see how things are going, if you are a person from if you had this kind of experience where people go by popular opinion, then you would feel, oh, that this is going to happen in the East too. Like people would all move towards the popular opinion. But I think this is also often why this is often like the assumption people make when they calculate how Igbos would respond to things, and in most cases they are often wrong because Igbos don't go by popular opinion. In Igbo land, you see, a king is only as popular as his own opinion. So when people, I think it's often in the Southeast that you would find people who respond politically, who have like political response to what the situation is in the society. So when people don't like you in the Southeast, you would often see them react politically. You see? So when they try to pass out the opinion that, oh, now we have Obi Kubana, we have Kubana chief priest, and for that we have Koba. And this is because they are making the calculations based on the opinion they have. Like, in the Southwest, it's easy to get a whole community by being a friend to the king of the community. But that kind of classism, that kind of we are following this person because he's our king, doesn't happen in Igbo land. People want to go with you because of the opinion, because of how well they believe your opinion, not because you are the king. And it's often the case where you see, this is often why like vote buying and the rest of it don't work so well in the Southeast, because even when you share the biggest amount of money, people will end up not voting for you. I'm from Enugu, so I have been there and I've witnessed several elections. And I know how people react when you spend so much money trying to buy their vote. You even create the idea that, oh, you are trying to buy the vote, so you at the end you won't end up working. So like the political calculations everywhere else in Nigeria don't work in the Southeast because of how people react, and people don't put this into consideration when they calculate how Igbos would. So it's possible to see Obi Kubana and Kubana chief priest going about sharing money, but at the end, people would vote for their own opinion. The best thing they can get from the Southeast angle of it is to discourage them from voting. And I think this is what the APC is trying to do, because if you see how they have been handling all the electronic transmission issues, well, the idea is, if you will not vote for us, then we would make sure that you believe the votes will not count. So you will not, and it's often common to see Igbos reacting that way. So when Igbos believe that the vote won't count, they will not come to vote. You see? So, and this is what they have been like. If you see what happened in the election in Abuja, they ended up showing that, oh, even when people vote, we can, and it was easy to rig Abuja's election because the voters didn't show up, and if voters don't show up, then it's easy to rig elections. You see, so this is what I believe the APC is trying to achieve with the Igbos. They want to make sure that the Igbos believe that the election is not relevant, and if they do so, then Igbos will not vote. You see, yeah, and I think for me generally, I think the biggest concern like any Nigerian should have now is about how our democracy is slipping away. Do you understand me? Like how our democracy is going away. Like we are watching, and then democracy is leaving our hands. And this is generally because if you see a major part of people who are now in Nigeria, who are Nigerians, have this autocratic history, that people who have lived under monarchs for a bigger part of their history, and because of that, this autocratism is fundamental to the culture of the people. So there are places in Nigeria where people believe that the king is God, and because the king is God, nobody has the right to challenge the king. That people can only be as good as being good servants to the king. You see, so there are many places, I would say, in the southwest, in the north, where people believe that there is no justification, there's no need to challenge the king because the king is God. People, they have this complex web, these complex relationships with religious leader, and this is why you see Tinubu gathering religious and traditional leaders. I think there was the event where one Igbo king spoke to Tinubu about Nnamdi Kanu. I don't like to talk about Nnamdi Kanu, so I will not talk about that. So, and that event, people would say, yeah, it was about health. They gathered them to speak about health. But if you want to speak about health, then you call health practitioners and you invite them to discuss about health. So, but in the Yoruba traditional monarchy system, there is a complex web with where the king tries to have connect religious, cultural leaders, and then with his influence on them, then the people are kept under control. So and this is what our democracy has become. You see, so I think people should not be as concerned about coming election as they are. People should be more concerned about what our democracy is becoming, because we are now having we've totally, Nigeria is now totally run by thugs and cultists, criminals, like people who shouldn't in a sensible country be anywhere near governance. You see, so we say that we have a Senate, we have the executive, but currently in Nigeria, there is no division between the Senate and the executive, because the executive controls everything, and this is the way it is in their traditional monarchies. And it is going on because we have a lot of people who are culturally who have very strong autocratic background, and because of that, those people don't see anything wrong with it. So when you ask a normal Yoruba person, why do you think it's okay to challenge, to question the actions of the Tinubu? He thinks Tinubu is king, Tinubu is God, so nobody should question him. And this is why the Igbos are always the problem in Nigeria, because Igbos are seen as this is why Igbos will always become the troublemakers, because among these people who call themselves major ethnic groups, I don't like to use major because nobody is major but in terms of population, yeah, among them, it's only the Igbos that, you would say, they have this egalitarianism, and Igbo man thinks everybody is the same, all men are equal. And when you're coming from that culture and you then mix with somebody who thinks there is a single person who is king, and that person should not be challenged because the person is God. This is the complexity we have, and our democracy is sleeping. Those people who think one man is king don't have any problem with it because they are used to autocracy. You see, so I think this is the biggest challenge we have. It's not about the Igbos. I think people should not be worried much about the Igbos, because the Igbos have a political response separately. Yeah, sorry.
In 2023,
yeah,
when we were doing everything to the run-up to the election, most of the people that gave us problem, that were attacking Obi, most of them were Igbo governors.
It doesn't see the thing. Can you hear me, sir? Sorry for accepting. Yeah, but the thing is, Igbo governors would, but that didn't reflect in the results. This is the thing. Igbo governors would give you problem because they are trying to protect their interest, but it's not reflect. Yeah.
Arinze, let me bring something here. Yeah. Blackmail. If I know you very well, blackmail will not work. But when I have more ignorant people that don't know you, they believe my blackmail, they will say, if I'm close to you, and I will say that about you, then they will start to doubt your integrity and your credibility. So if I claim I'm your brother, why should I destroy you when this power, this opportunity to govern has been denied us for decades? If I claim you're my brother, shouldn't I support you? Even if we've got our issues, let's fight at home. Let's not expose to put our dirty linens outside So the northerner is told, don't vote Obi. The southwesterner is told, don't vote Obi. I know him. He's this. He is this. He said he did schools. It's a lie. He said he did this. It's a lie. So Obi now is coming to tell me, a northerner from Kaduna State, that I should trust him. And I'm saying, if your brother is saying this about you, how should I trust you?
And
so
I think this
challenge.
Yeah.
If people don't want to be in the South, they should keep quiet.
Yeah, this what you are saying just now is actually the aim of like bringing on the people they call popular, like influencers, Southeast influencers, because when they bring in Southeast influencers, then they end up convincing everybody that those Southeast influencers will make Igbos not to vote, like will push away support from Obi. And if you convince people, that somebody like Obi Kubana is now talking bad about Peter Obi, and every other person is like the influencers they call themselves, and I'm talking bad about Peter Obi and and they are Peter Obi's brothers, then you are discouraging every other person. But the idea is that kind of strategy, people will believe it and it will work, but it doesn't reflect what Igbos will do.
But
you see?
I'm not talking about Igbos. I'm not talking.
Yeah.
Nigeria is not just Southeast that will deliver the presidency.
Sure. I agree.
You need all the other parts. So if your own brother that you know will not have effect at home because we all know each other, but you want to gain power, and you need the middle belt, you need the north, you need the southwest, and this other, let's say, with 6 geopolitical zones, one zone, the brothers are fighting, discrediting their own brother. Then the other 5 are listening. You can deliver, you say, okay, even though we had a fight outside, but let's go and eat together privately. We know you're a good person. Then we all will vote for you. And you get all the votes from the Southeast and give to Obi. But Obi loses in 5 other geopolitical zones because of your brother that mouthed him, that discredited him. At the end, Obi, you're not getting it. Outside there, we all not getting it. So it's not the Igbo vote we're talking about, the support of a brother to a brother. Most of the people that come on my show, they are from the Southeast. So, but that's not enough. I would love to have people from the Southwest, people from Middle Belt, people from Northwest, Northeast, because we need them to get Nigeria. And you know how the North manufactures numbers, eh?
Yeah, but people often, you see when you talk about manufacturing number, I think it's also even good to all these statistics. People don't look at it, because if you watched closely how the election results for 2023 election results went, it wasn't possible to see the Kardashian states, the numbers they used to have then. You see, so and I think this you would credit that to the technologies that were introduced, and these things are important because, well, for me personally, what I believe is P2B's ideas, and everly they have been trying to make P2B an Igbo project, and this is something that this is a political tool, it's a political strategy. If you make P2B an Igbo project, then you push every other person away from it. But if Nigerians will not vote P2B because P2B is preaching change, if Nigerians want to vote P2B because P2B is an Igbo person, I didn't vote P2B when I voted last year because P2B is Igbo. So if Nigerians don't see P2B well enough because Nigerians are driving for change, then we are not ready for change. You see, so it's the idea of what do people want currently. If people are not ready for that change, then we are not having it. It's not about what Igbos think or what Igbos say or about. It's about the kind of change that Nigerians want. If Nigerians are not ready, are not driving towards this is the kind of change we want for our country, because Nigeria is sliding away, like people don't realize it. And if we don't get to the point, and this is why education is really important, and And when you see the way education is handled in several other places, people like we have a very wrong system in Nigeria, you know. And so for me, if people don't get to the point, are not yet in the point when they say, we are voting Obi because Obi is preaching change, and we see it, we are going on with his ideas, not because he's Igbo or what. Because I don't see Peter Obi being an Igbo president. I don't think it's good. It's like the most important thing for Nigeria to have an Igbo. What we need in Nigeria, whether he's an Igbo president or not, is that we have a president who wants the country to work. Because if you look around and see what's happening in Europe, nobody is coming to save you. Like there's this wave of anti-immigration movements all around, and this should be like an opportunity for Africans to look back and say, no, let us change our countries, let us develop. So if Nigerians don't see P2B as someone who is preaching change and we are buying his ideas, and they just want to vote for him because they are interested in, because he's Igbo, no, they shouldn't vote for him. Let the thuggery, let the criminality continue. This is just what I think.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm trying to see us start to round up now. So I see Prince, you're raising your hand.
Yes, Irene said, let me ask you a question. Why don't you like to talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu?
Nnamdi Kanu's situation is really complex, because you see what happened was that when Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, when his prosecution started, there weren't like any case against him. So Nigeria had to create the case against him, and they used the IPOB to create the case. People, like, for me, this is what I believe. You know, if you were living in the Southeast when the IPOB situation started, IPOB wasn't a group that would want to kill anybody. You see, maybe you were already abroad before. I don't know how far. Yeah, so IPOB is not a group that would want to kill anybody or burn people's cars or destroy people's things. So, but when they started prosecuting Nnamdi Kanu, they had to create evidence for the case for the crimes they are accusing him of. And IPOB was there. IPOB was used as a tool to create that evidence. You see? So not just in action, even in silence. I will tell you that majority of the sit at home that happened within that time didn't happen because IPOB declared it. It happened because Nigerian mechanism enforced it. And Nigerian mechanism made it the evidence against Nnamdi Kanu. And Nnamdi Kanu is in prison today because IPOB put him in prison, not because if you don't have a structure to say, yeah, we are indigenous people and this is our structure, this is our organization, and you have a structure that is so easy to hijack. It is easy for people to come online and say we are having sit at home today. It is easy for people to go burn people's cars or kill people and then claim we are IPOB and IPOB killed those people. Then you don't have an organization. You should not be running. So I don't want to talk about them.
Okay, let me come in here because I don't want us to get off the topic. Talking about the election that happened, where's the way forward, whether it is Obi or where it's Showore that is going to become president, and we feel like this person has what it takes to move Nigeria forward, so that those of you that are abroad where systems are working, Nigeria can also be a place, because it's got the potential to even be 10 times better than many of those nations. But because of the wrong people we have, and we have remained where we are. Obi, looking at him, even just his personality, his lifestyle, and everything already shows to me that giving Obi a chance, even if it's just one term, Nigerians for the first time will have a taste of what the potential that Nigeria has, what good governance is. But because We have had crooks and thieves all these years. So they are trying to guard their loot, what they have stolen. That's why they make sure no system works to allow a person that is upright to come in. So that's why this whole thing is, what is the way forward? And the whole discussion has been, since I started, let's tell ourselves the honest truth. The definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing, the same way, and thinking you will get a different result. Or we just saying we know they give shishi, we know they receive shishi. Many of the polling units, there were no agents of ADC. You check the result that were the mutilated, changed, false, falsified, where APC will get 1, but they will make it 171. And then use TPEX, where ADC got 100 and something, they will TPEX the rest and leave them with 1. But there is no agent of ADC to say no, because you will see even some of the results, you will see the signature of the person agent at the side. You will see ADC, nobody. So if when the people are not prepared to spend and send people to go and observe, to go and protect, if you're not ready to bribe, and I'll be the last to tell anybody to bribe, because then we are playing the same game as them. But at least let's send our people to go and check to stop the stealing. I'm here.
Doctor,
I will not allow this to happen. But they are not empowering the people. 2023, a number of people had to be sponsoring, paying them money to go out. They go out and they didn't have food to eat. Some were left stranded after the election. They didn't have a way of returning home. Some were running around for the party. They left their businesses. They almost had divorces. Divorces took place. So we can't pretend there's nothing you do in the world that you don't need money. So we can't depend on one man who does not spend even for his own family. The son will have to work for himself. The wife doesn't have to be depending on him. He will fly economy. If he comes to a market, even street market, he will price groundnut. He will price banana on the street. But we need that quality in him, so that when he goes to Aso Rock and he gets power, he will use. That's why he left Anambra with money. But a thief comes and steals the money after him. But at least he made systems to work. Schools worked. Everything, the hospitals worked. So let the Nigerian system that you people are enjoying there, we want Nigerian system to be like that. So, but we need Obi to come, but we shouldn't wait for Obi and depend on him. If then we are shouting Obi, 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 and that the sympathy song, the sentiment song will not deliver the goods. You and I are already convinced he's got it. But how do we deliver it to him when we are surrounded with all these rogues? We need other people that think different, that still have the same vision, but will take a different strategy of getting to the same route without corruption. That's what this discussion is about. So I'm sorry, I just said what I observed 2022, 2023, that most of the challenge that we had were some of those governors, that were really fighting, going on TV, telling people, and a northerner, whether we like it or not, I'm from the north, I know how our people think. They are like, sorry to use the word, that they're like sheep going to the slaughter. Anybody that's, as you rightly said, you are different in the southeast. People have their opinions. But in the north, the imam talks and we all move. The chief speaks, the emir, the sheikh speaks, and we all move one direction. In the southwest, the Obas and all the other chiefs, that's why they would do everything to get a chieftaincy title. So they move like that. So when you are having a nation with these diverse, distinct cultures, then you need to change your approach in how, even if we have fights at home, I will not spread our dirty linen because it be to the disadvantage, our disadvantage, and eventually to the disadvantage of the nation. Because a northerner, the moment he hears an Igbo governor saying Obi is a crook, he stole money from Anambra, and then one sheikh, one chief in the north says, don't vote this person, he's coming to take us back to Biafra. They want to cut the oil from coming to the north because even their governors know that they are telling us. You see, then they spread that, the world narratives govern the world, even in Western world. That's why they use media. Do you know there are people that believe the newspaper more than the Bible?
Sure. Yeah.
It is sad. But everything they read in the newspaper, they believe it is final. So they don't care what you think. So that's why I'm saying these things will have to change. For me, I've been tribalized. I don't think anything about tribe. All I'm concerned is get a Nigerian that has credibility, transparency, accountability, and who has a vision to move Nigeria forward. I don't care whether you come from the whole. I will support you. That's why I've been doing these things since 2022 till now. Nobody has given me 1 cent, 1 kobo for what I've done, but I've given money to people. I'm doing broadcasts. I am even doing songs. I'm writing everything I can do to make sure this thing. I mean, I felt so down. Yesterday, I had to send money to some people that needed to go as agents to some places, but the ADC didn't give them money. So this thing of just following Obi in markets, on the roads, and shouting, Obi Kerenke, Obi Kerenke, is not going to make it happen. We already know he has the grassroots support. But will they let this stand? No. I woke up and discovered they've stolen the election. Is that not how they stole in 2023? We were all sleeping. The IREF worked for the House of Rep and for Senate, but it didn't work for president because they turned it off and wrote the result. Mahmoud Yakubu announced now Mopiton is now even worse than Mahmoud. So that's where we are now. That's why I actually came on. Instead of just feeling down about what happened yesterday, I decided, you know what, there may be a few people that one needs to encourage and let them know what do we do so that 2020, because whatever we saw in FCT, it could be multiplied times 10 in 2027. That's why we must outsmart them now by thinking ahead. So, well, I want to say thank you to all of you, especially those of you that joined me and everyone that has been in the comment section. I appreciate your comment. It's been so engaging. And we can't, the one thing we must not do is to give up, because that's their desire. That we throw in the towel and just say, these people, no matter what we do. The whole thing about voter apathy is because people feel like my vote will not count. They're just going to write their own election result anyway. So they need that to continue. The voter apathy in FCT is what helped them to do those votes. So, but I pray we still don't give up on Nigeria. The Nigerian project will still come to pass. I am a firm believer in the Nigerian project that it will stand. If one day we have to all go our separate ways, my only feeling is that person in the far north will just be mincemeat for those terrorists. So we need, with NOB we may have a little leverage of a window to see what to do if he surrounds himself with great thinkers that can rethink the Nigerian project and see how do we restructure Nigeria to work so that we don't force a marriage that is not working. And every day is fight in the marriage, bleeding. But we are saying, no, but we are married, and we married and said till death do us part. God bless you all. Have a great week. And to everyone that joined, thanks for your patience. It's now about 2 hours, 35 minutes of being here, but it's worth it because the suffering of Nigerians is not just 2 hours suffering. It's been years upon years. Yeah.
Lifetime suffering.
Eh?
As it's been a lifetime of suffering for Nigeria.
Yeah. And especially those of you that are abroad, you know the requests that keep coming is like you're just working to pay bills back in Nigeria, which is very sad. Yeah. But I still believe it will change. Thank you. Have a blessed night. Love you all.
All right. Thank you, Doctor.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.